welcome back to the next Bodywise Pilates video. We're going to be focusing a little bit more today on the upper body. I've had a few requests for working on the bingo wings a little bit and the upper body some more. So all you're going to need today is, I know a lot of you don't have weights, so I thought I'll join you and just show that with a water bottle or a tin can from your cupboard. The good thing about a water bottle is you can make it as heavy or as light as you want by adding or taking away some water, and just make sure the lid's on really well. And then the other thing, a good thing, is a photo album. It's a nice width, generally a little bit of weight to it, so that's an ideal example of a book that you can use for this today. And of course just a mat, and those are really the only things that you are going to need. Focus on your breathing, your technique, and the number of repetitions that suit you. Don't overdo it, but do challenge yourself. There's a difference between feeling tired and pain or discomfort in a joint that something's not quite right. So if that's the case, then yes, do stop and take a break. So we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up first. Place the legs in parallel, reach the arms out in front of you. You're going to protract and retract your shoulder blades, breathing in to reach forwards and exhaling to pull back. Inhale and exhale. You're not moving your spine, you're just moving the shoulder girdle. Every time I exhale, when I pull back, I'm zipping up my pelvic floor and flattening and tightening my belt muscle. Do one more and keep this placement, and then you're going to scissor the arms. Now it's not a quick movement with momentum. We're looking at keeping the shoulder girdle stabilized. And then release. You're going to breathe in to open the chest and look up, and exhale to bring those arms around. So inhaling up and exhale, belly button to spine, flex that spine, come forward. Inhale, open, exhale, reach and reach. Two more. Last one. And then place the hands beside you and your legs into tailor position. You're just going to pendulum from side to side, softening the elbow with the hand that you're landing on each time, engaging your obliques, your lateral abdominals, the muscles of your waist area, to support your back and control the movement. Breathing out, in as you change, out as you go over. One more each side. And release. And then we're going to make a start. So we're going to start with Supermans, using the bottle with just one arm and the opposite leg, and then we will swap over. So I'm going to place the bottle under my left hand, my right hand on the floor. So because I'm going to be working my left arm, I'm going to be lifting my right leg. Spine long, make sure you're not too closely tucked in. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Pulling up the abs, keeping the shoulders level. I'm going to breathe out to reach. Breathe in, soften the elbow to place. Exhale and inhale. My goal is to keep my pelvis level. I'm not putting the knee down each time now. I'm keeping that leg slightly lifted. I'm keeping that buttock working, my core engaged. And I'm working through my shoulder muscles of my arm to lift the bottle. We're going to do 3 more on this side. Remember, fully extend your legs. You engage your thigh and the buttock. 2. Last one. And place. And then I'm going to swap to the other hand and other leg. Exhale and inhale. Breathe out and in. So you can see my knee isn't quite going to the mat, it's just coming slightly forwards. But that doesn't mean I'm moving my lower back or my pelvis. My abs are nicely pulled up, fully extending the leg, quadricep and buttock. 4. We're going to do 3 more. 2. And 1. Place the bottle down. Just sit back on the heels, and always when you've done a back exercise, just stretch that through a moment. Rolling up through your spine. So from here we're going to swap to your photo album or whatever else you were using. The good thing is you can have a little flick through afterwards and see what we got in there. That looks like my son when he was a baby. Alright, so album on the knees. We're going to roll back, just tipping the pelvis, and we're going to press the book towards the ceiling. And then we're going to inhale, come back and place it gently on the knees. So tilting that pelvis, engaging the abs, pressing the book towards the ceiling, and inhaling to come up. Now be careful when you press up with the book that the shoulders don't do this and come up. I need those shoulders to stay down. Breathe out. And in. We're going to make it a little bit more dynamic today. So it doesn't mean you're going to go really quickly, but you're probably not going to go as slow as we normally would for some of the Pilates exercises. Exhale. So just want you to move a little bit more fluidly. So I'm stabilizing my shoulder girdle, I'm engaging my abdominals. I'm trying not to let these muscles here, my hip flexors, over tighten and take more work through my abdominals. What do you reckon? 3 more. And 2. Last one. And release. Place the book to the side where you can stand. Put it this way so it's not in the way, you can't see what I'm doing. And we're going to go down to lying down, and you're going to need your bottle again. So with the bottle, it's going to be to the side, underneath one hand. This one you might find it's more practical to have it upright and hold it near the base. Other hand underneath the head, ready to do abdominal curls. Then we're going to do an abdominal curl, lifting the arm up. Now I still want you to focus on the technique that you would always use for ab curls. Rolling through the spine, trying not to look at the ceiling when the head goes down. Look to your knees so you keep the back of the neck lengthened. Cheers. Exhale and inhale. Now note I am using a water bottle that is dent proof. Well, maybe not dent proof, but it's certainly not breakable. As tempting as it might be in these times at the moment to do it with a bottle of wine or gin or vodka, please use something that's not made of glass. We're going to do 2 more on this side and go down. We're going to swap the bottle to the other side, place the other hand underneath the head and roll up again, doing our abdominal curls, raising the arm the other side this time. Exhale up and inhale down. So like I said, I still want to include all your basic Pilates moves so that you're keeping the whole body moving. The whole thing about Pilates is it's an intelligent exercise. We're focusing on the body as a whole, from the core to the periphery, from the lower leg muscles to the crown of your head. All right? Working the whole body with good technique. 3, shoulder girdle stabilized. 2, pelvic floor engaging each time. Last one, and down and rest. All right, so we're actually going to go back to, put that out of the way, the book, your album, and we're going to be working the buttocks with the bridge, the upper arm, the tricep, and we're also going to be doing this movement here, which is going to work all of these muscles here in the whole of the shoulder area in general. So we're going to start with, first of all, just these reaches. All right, then we're going to bring the bridge in and do the reaches once you've got the technique with the arms, and then we keep the legs still and we're going to work the tricep, the bingo wings. All right, so we're starting with this movement here. Now ideally, I would like you to exhale, breathe out when you reach back, and then breathe in, bring it back up. Why? If you breathe in when you reach back, you are more likely to pop the ribs. All right, and what I need you to do is when you reach back, think, engage the abs and bring your ribs towards your hips. Do your imprint and then inhale forward. So we're imprinting that lower back to the mat, exhaling as you reach behind you and inhaling to come up. The other thing I'd like you to focus on is that your shoulder blades stay down into the mat. They don't lift. And don't follow the book with your eyes. If you do, your head's going to do this. I want you to look forwards to above the knees. So, imprint. Connect those ribs. You have 3 more. Last one. And now you're going to combine the bridge. So we're going to roll up into the bridge through imprint, reaching the book behind. Inhale to come back. 9 more. Roll that spine. We have 5 more. This is the last one. So I'm going to roll back down with my spine, release my pelvis to neutral, and just take the arms back a fraction, only because you're keeping the upper arms still. When you bend the elbows, if you don't take the arms back a little bit, you're going to bonk yourself on the head with the book, and it needs to go just to the crown of the head. Exhale up. Now this time it's inhale down, exhale push. Make sure when you do the extension of the elbows that you push the book to the ceiling. You're not letting those shoulder blades come away from the mat. Keep the shoulder blades down into the mat. Every time I exhale and push up, I'm making sure that I'm slightly imprinting my spine. I'm really engaging my pelvic floor. Relax the pelvic floor. So pull up internally. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And relax. Good job. Well done. Alright, so you're going to come up to seated. And you're going to go back to your water bottle. And we're going to do the spine twist using the bottle to help work the muscles of the shoulder and the upper back here. So obliques are going to not be involved in this. We're going to do the rotating later. We're going to be just doing this spine twist. We're not leaning back, we're just twisting here. So we're exhaling, twisting, and inhale, center. Turn. So we're not leaning back, we're not doing the oblique roll back, but we are turning. So you're still using those muscles, and I'm squeezing the muscles behind where my shoulder blade is. You're going to feel that this may start to fatigue because that's having to hold that weight up there. So if it gets too much, stop, take a drink, get rid of some weight and carry on. I do 3 more. Keep that breastbone lifted. 2. Last one. And release. Okay, and then you're going to do the other side. If this arm is now tired, just give it a rest on the knee. You can still do it this way. So again, breastbone lifted, I'm rotating at my waist. I'm squeezing that elbow back, breathing out. So we're going to be staying with the waist with the next exercise, but changing the muscle group of the arm. 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. And center and release. I am now going to have a little drink. Not because I want to get rid of some weight, but I just need a drink. Alright, so now we're going to do the oblique roll back. And I'm going to stay facing the camera for this one. You're going to do the obliques, roll back, and then add on a bicep at the end. I'll explain as we go. Allow the bottle to balance in your hand. Legs are parallel. Breathe out, belly button to spine, so you tilt your pelvis, your lower back towards the mat. Then rotate your torso. Keep this arm in line with the shoulder and bring that arm back. And then inhale, come up. I'm just going to come forwards a little bit. So we're going to exhale, tilt, rotate, and reach. And inhale, come up. Tilt, rotate, reach, and come up. With this one, your arm is not going to go as far back as you normally would with the oblique roll back. Normally, you would sweep this arm in a big movement. I don't want you to compromise your shoulder and overstretch this muscle with a heavy weight. So be careful. Try not to overgrip with the hip flexors, the top of the legs. Focus on the abdominals a little bit more. And you're breathing. 3 more. And 2. Last one. And I'm going to hold it here, the hand level with the shoulder in that rotated position. And I'm going to work my bicep. I'm going to flex and extend at the elbow. If you're really feeling overworked here, sit up, bring the arm in front of you and work the bicep here. If you're still feeling strong enough to keep this rotated position and keep the whole of this waist area working, 3 more here, and 2, and 1, extend, sweep, and rest. You know what's coming. We got the other side to do. So here we go. Flex, rotate, reach, and inhale, forwards. We have 4 more. Keep the other hand in line with the shoulder. Make sure this arm isn't moving around. 3. Last 2. And 1 more. And hold it here if you can to do your bicep curl. Same as before. If you're thinking, oh no, I've had enough right here, sit up, bring the arm in front and just do your bicep curls here. Otherwise, if you can, keep going. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1, and sweep and rest. Good. Okay, so we're going into single leg extensions in the supine position, and we're going to be doing a chest press. So now we are going to go back, put it that way, to your elbow or your book, whatever you're using. Do keep your bottle close though, because you will be using it again. So we have the elbow here. We're doing single leg extensions. We'll start with the book just resting above the chest with the elbows on the floor. Open the chest, sink the shoulders into the mat. Imprint, engage the abdominals. One leg up to 90 degrees and then the other one. Try to maintain your imprint. If you struggle with the imprint and you feel your lower back, either bring the knees in a little bit closer or put an extra padding cushion underneath your hips. On the exhale, you're going to engage one buttock and extend the leg away, and as you do so, press the book towards the ceiling. Breathe in, bring the leg back to 90 degrees as you lower the elbows to the floor. So it's exhale and inhale. Really focus on that imprint more when you extend the legs. So I'm thinking belly button to spine, ribs to hips. Breathe in, lower. Buttock, thigh. Be careful those shoulder blades don't lift away from the mat. Looking into the gap between the book and your knees so you're not letting your head tip back. Reaching. How are we doing? Think imprint each time. Strong, strong, strong. Four more. 4, 3, 2, one, book down, one foot down, the other foot down, and I'm going to place my book out of the way. And I'm going to come back to my bottle. We are now going to work the abductors and the adductors, more the adductors. You will be working the abductors, especially if you focus on contracting the muscle. If you let gravity do the job for you, not so much. It'll be more the adductors controlling the movement. So we need to make sure we're trying to get both working. So really focus on engaging the deep muscle, the deeper gluteal muscles. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to do this arm first, then I'm going to have to spin around, so I'm not going to have room for my other arm with the sofa there. We're going to imprint and bring one leg to 90 degrees and then the other leg to 90 degrees. I'm going to reach my arm up to the ceiling. Now, whichever arm is up to the ceiling, your opposite leg is going to work. The other arm is just on the floor beside you, chest open. We're going to breathe in to allow the leg to stay at 90 degrees and open, and the arm to come out with the elbow soft until the upper arm only touches the mat. Exhale, return. So you can see my elbow is slightly bent. I'm breathing in into the whole of my upper arm as far as the elbow touches the floor, and then I breathe out, come back up. So inhale and exhale. Inhale slowly, like I said, engaging that buttock. So you're not letting gravity do the work for you. Going slowly, so the muscles are lengthening under tension as you open. Inhale. Trying to keep that imprint, that lower back, as close to the mat as you can. So we're working the muscles of the chest here, the pectoral muscle. We're going to do one more. You're then going to stay with this arm, but we're going to change the movement. If you are tired in your back, you're going to stay working the same leg. You can rest the other foot down, which will just release a little bit if you're feeling tired. Otherwise, keep it up. The movement now, the arm is directly above my shoulder. As I breathe in, I'm going to bend this elbow into this position here. As I exhale, I'm going to extend that leg away and kick the arm up. So I'm inhaling, bending both, exhaling, extending. So we're now working this tricep muscle. Imprint, 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 really squeezing the buttock and the thigh each time when you extend. Trying to keep that lower back as close to the mat as possible. Two more. Last one. And then rest and rest. Okay. I'm going to spin around because I won't be able to do the fly action properly because the sofa is in the way. So in order for me to do my other arm, I'm just going to spin around this way. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. So keep your head and feet the same direction as you had them before. Imprint, one leg up 90 degrees, keeping this, and then the other one, the other arm beside you, the elbow soft. So that as we breathe in, we open out to the side with the opposite leg, and exhale, return. Bringing the whole of that upper arm down towards the mat. And each exhale, inner thigh, chest muscle, and abs, of course. The other leg needs to stay as still as possible. It's going to want to open with the other leg to help counterbalance, and it's just a natural way the brain works with coordination. Keep it still. Inhale, exhale. How are we doing? One more. Like I said before, if you want to put the other foot down and take a rest when you do the next one, you can do so. If you can, try and keep it up. Bend the elbow, and then when you extend it towards the ceiling, the opposite leg kicks away. So, imprint, tricep, buttock, thigh, chest open, shoulders relaxed. One more. And rest, rest, rest. Good. Okay, so you're going to stay with your bottle and you're going to roll onto your side. So I'll stay with my head this end, that's fine. Make yourself comfortable, extra padding underneath your hip if you need it, a cushion instead of or as well as your arm, whatever suits you. Technique, always, please make sure that your hip bones are stacked one directly on top of the other, that you don't roll back and you don't roll forwards. You're going to find with this exercise, it's actually the lowering of the weight down that's the hardest part, because you're going to want to have the body pulled forward and you've got to work to keep it stabilized. So we're going to hold the weight out in front of you in line with your shoulder, legs are stacked here, pull up the waist. On the exhale, you're going to lift the arm to shoulder height and lift the leg. This is the hard part. Inhale, lowering it without the body being pulled forwards. Exhale. Now what tends to happen is because you're doing quite a big movement with the arm, the leg naturally wants to follow and lift, excuse me, higher than it normally would. It doesn't have to be a big lift, only as high as you maintain the stability of your pelvis, that you don't roll the hips forwards or back. Inhaling down. Exhale. This is the last one. I'm going to hold the bottle up here directly above my shoulder, lower the leg to hip height, lengthen both legs, engaging my bum and abs, and do those circles, trying to keep everything as stable as possible and only circle the leg. Hold still and go the other way. And release. Place the bottle on the leg and keep it there. Breathe out. Bring the bottom leg up to join the top one and exhale back down. Breathe in. Breathe out, breathe out. So you've got some extra weight on the leg. We're just giving the arm a little bit of a rest. I'm going to pick up with the arm again for the next exercise when we're working the adductors. Breathe in, out, and out. Trying to keep that gap underneath the waist as best as you can. 3, 2, last one, and down. So we're going to soften that top knee, so the arch of the foot rests on the bottom foot heel, and we're going to lift using the bottom leg and lift this arm up and inhale down. So exhale up and inhale down, breathing out and in and out and in. Use the breathing, keep that waist lifted. That top leg needs to relax as best as you can. 5 more, working the underneath leg adductor more so. Last 3 and 2 and the last one, and release. Good job. Okay, so from here we're going to bend the knees up in front of you, have the elbow underneath, so you're keeping this posture through your core and your waist, and rest the bottle on the leg so that you're opening and closing, exhaling and inhaling. So this is for if you're wanting to make the leg work a little harder. Okay, for those of you who instead want to keep the arm working, we're going to open and close, and open and close. Keeping the waist pulled up. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and close. Now you are going to bring that arm up, and you're going to do the ones where you twist into the gap here, exhaling, and inhale, look up. So exhaling, twisting into that gap, and inhaling to come up. For those of you who are happy to lift the hips as you twist through, that's absolutely fine. Keep those going. Breathing out to twist right the way through. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back up. Keeping the waist, having that feeling of being pulled up all the time. Just 2 more. Last one. And release. Good. All right, let's do it all over again on the other side. So we're going to work with those side leg raises once more, with the arm out in front, waist lifted, hip bones stacked. Breathing out to lift and into lower. Trying to bring that hand right up to the shoulder but not going any further back. Controlling the lower as you breathe in. Exhale. And only lifting the leg as high as you keep your stability of your pelvis and don't drop the waist either. Four more. And 3. Last 2. And you're going to hold this one up above the shoulder, lower the leg to hip height, lengthen both legs, pull up the waist, engage the glutes, and circle this leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go the other way. 4, 3, 2. Place the bottle on the leg for that extra weight. Exhale, lift the bottom leg. Exhale, lower. Breathe in, out, and out. Five more. Last one. And lower. Relax the top leg to the arch of the foot, rests on the bottom leg heel. And as you use the inner thigh to lift both legs, bring the arm up and inhale down. So try to relax that top leg as always and make the bottom leg do most of the work. Exhale and inhale, keeping that waist nicely lifted. Two more. Last one, hold it up here, just use the bottom leg to do little ones if you want to finish that adductor off and make it work that little bit harder. And then rest. Good job. Okay, come up onto your elbow, knees together. You can either do as we did on the other side, just extra workload for the leg, keeping this posture through your torso, or you can bring the arm up and work through the arm as well. Four, or just stay with the leg. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Going into your twists, exhaling to twist through and inhaling to come up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. For those of you who are happy to lift the hips and twist, fantastic. Exhale and inhale. And keeping those knees stacked. If you're not lifting the hips, be careful when you twist that this top knee doesn't slide off the bottom one. Keep them level so the pelvis stays in the same place, which means you're going to work the muscles around the waist area a little more. 3, and 2. Last one. And rest. Good. All right. We are going to do everyone's favorite press-ups. So, knees, box press up, underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders with the hands very slightly turned in. Think about your shoulder position. As you breathe in, bending the elbows, be careful the shoulders don't come up. Don't just collapse between the shoulder blades. Control those muscles. Slightly harder, take the knees back, but make sure you're not moving from the hips. So inhaling down, exhaling up. Inhale and exhale. You're aiming your nose towards the floor. You don't have to come down all of the way. If you're finding it's too much or it hurts the wrists, just make it a smaller movement. You choose. We're going to do 4 more. 3, 2, last one, and then bring the knees in. Sit back on your heels and take a little stretch. Just release through the wrists. You're going to do a second set of press-ups, but we're going to change the focus more towards the tricep. So that means that the positioning of the hands are different this time. Do keep a box press up, but a slightly wider one. And your goal this time is with the hands facing forwards. Make sure you don't go forwards, backwards and forwards. All right, keep your nose aiming at one point between the hands. You're going to bend the elbows and then straighten the elbows, but they're not to turn out. You can see my elbows are aiming towards my knees. Length through the spine, shoulders away from the ears, breath in and breath out. So we're just changing the focus a little bit more to the bingo wings area and slightly less with the chest. Abs pulled up. This is quite tough, and if you suffer with your wrists and your hands, you may choose to just miss this one out. Okay, 3, 2, last one, and sit back on those heels. Stretch those arms out in front of you, dropping the head down so you allow the shoulders to stretch. And then rounding up through the spine and easing back once more, releasing the back. Just do 2 more of those. In to come forwards, exhale to go back today. Last one. And exhale back. Slide the hands in and come back up to seated. Just a couple of stretches for the arms. If you haven't worked the arms out for a little while, you might feel this tomorrow. So I just want you to bring an arm across, place the back of the hand midway up the forearm, and just gently assist in pulling this arm across. Keep the shoulders down away from your ears. And then change and do the other side, just a gentle stretch out through here. Releasing your chest by interlocking the fingers just behind your back, reaching the hands down and lifting the breastbone and the chin. Pull the shoulders back. Reach one arm up with the hand behind you. Gently push forwards. If you're very flexible and need more stretch, you can gently pull back. So either pushing or pulling. And then the same thing on the other side. And release. You're done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up if you have, and give me some feedback would be wonderful. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and share my links with your friends and family. I'm sure as many people as possible would be enjoying some kind of exercise when we're all stuck indoors at the moment. So stay safe, stay home, keep moving. Thank you for watching. Bye.